back to the channel. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Reflect videos like this.
¿Ven esa sombra ahí?
Oh, eso es gigantesco.
¡Eso no es una ballena!
¡Es largo! ¡Eso es un megalodón!
Estamos muy arriba, pero igual da miedo.
Have you hung out with Elon Musk?
No, we interact via messages. Elon is very mysterious in a way that somehow nobody seems to notice. His real space company, I think, is not SpaceX. It's XAI. It's Grok.
Let's break this down a little more.
Look at the logo for Grok. I think it's like a black hole profile. Look at its slogan, to understand the universe. I think he's given up on the corruption of science. He keeps talking about the fact that he doesn't like the term researcher. He believes only in engineers. He's constantly really running down scientists. Now, I don't think he doesn't believe in scientists. I think he thinks that science has gotten corrupted and he doesn't want to deal with it. And I think what he's doing is he's building Grok to do science in a time when humans are too corrupt to be truthful and real.
Can you believe this? Look at this. Over the water. Look at that. Look, you can see some of the detail, you know? That's crazy. Because it was just a shadow originally, and I just brought, you know, the contrast up and stuff like that to see some of the detail, right? And the mechanics, you know, the engineering, the way it was made, you know? And yeah, I'm calling UFO on this one. I mean, we see what we see, right? I mean, come on, look at it. That's just a UFO hovering right over the water. There's nothing else that could be, right? I mean, I think it's common sense at this point, you know? And where it's from, I don't know. Definitely looks like it's from a different place than where we're from, right? If you know what I mean. But yeah, I want to know what you feel. What do you think this is? I'm calling UFO. What about you?
Truck I've been driving for the last few days for Wilson Logistics. This trailer just was assigned to us from Kraft over at the Kraft Foods plant, and we're delivering it here to what's called the Springfield Underground. And that is, as you can see behind me, this giant cave that's big enough to house hundreds of these trucks and trailers. There's a train track running through here. Just to give you an idea, back here, there's a regular sized truck. See how tall that is up there? It's just incredible. Anyway, having a great time, learning lots.
I'm sure there's some of you out there that knew about this place, but for the majority of us, I don't think we knew about this place. So I watched a video of a high-ranking guy taking this news agency around in this underground facility. And what he said is this place is so big, they have upwards of 500 employees. And he said that they have 500 to 600 trailer trucks come through there daily. I mean, look, is this not crazy? I mean, I've never seen anything like it, and it's gargantuous. He also said in this facility that it's primarily food. Like you saw in that video with that truck driver, Kraft Food is contracting out this other truck business to take food down there. And this is not ran all by one company. All of this space down there is leased. It's leased to whoever buys it, probably to the highest bidder in some cases. Now it gets really interesting here in a minute, but he also says that they're expanding another 1 million square feet. They've already got 3.5 miles of road system down there. Some of you might be asking, well, where in the heck is this? It's called Springfield Underground, and I believe it's located in Missouri. And the guy also said that they have another location on the west side that they're developing that I don't think too many people know about, even the people that know about this one. So not only do they got 500 to 600 trailer trucks coming through here a day, they've also got BNSF coming through with trains. They've got railroad tracks coming through the underground. I mean, look, they've got huge railroad track systems that
in correlation to that, Dogman is another big cryptid that walks around. Does that also have negative interactions with canines as well?
Yeah, so here's the thing with Dogman. You know, there's a website called North American Dogman Project. Everyone should check out. And then you gotta look up Catherine Cross. Catherine Cross on her tombstone says killed by human wolves. But when you travel to this town, these people, they'll chase you out of the town because when it comes to dogman, you have groups that use sequestered knowledge, like esoteric information, what we would call witchcraft, but it's just esoteric information. They can transform themselves into a wolf-like being. But if you look all throughout history, on every continent, they talk about tribes of people who had dog faces. Christopher Columbus, his brother, in his earlier text, he spoke about encountering a tribe of people with dog faces here on the American mainland. So if all of these stories are showing up all across the world, every continent, last year there were 44,000 dogman reports. 44,000 people making this up? I doubt it.
What'd you say?
I'm Lady Boy. Have busy.
What do you mean?
We've heard these stories about the Jacques Cousteau. Obviously, you know who he is. Mm-hmm. They say that Jacques Cousteau went to Lake Tahoe and took his submarine and dove there, mm-hmm. and he came back up and said the world isn't ready for what is down there.
Go back into the 70s, maybe 80s, early 80s. Jacques Cousteau was in California, had his boat out there. They were looking for a cook, and they're like, "Oh, you sound perfect. Come on out." But yeah, he has been there, and I don't know that I heard the phrase, "the world isn't ready for it yet." He wasn't ready to continue is what I heard. Because he wasn't going to go back there. He was not ready to go do more.
Right. And so then I think somebody, I can't remember what publication, reached out to his foundation now that he's gone, and they said, no, we don't, he's never been there, we have no history of that. And so I'm like, who is gatekeeping that information and why?
He says, at least in the ocean, you've got enough room for him to get away. Most animals don't want to be caught. Right. But now, why would he even make that commentary unless he had been in a place that had less area for something to get away? You get it cornered, and what does any animal do? Full-blown predator. Yeah. It's going to battle for its life.
What's that? Oh, a third shipping container randomly showed up in a farmer's field this time? What? Yeah, but this time the farmer went in to check it out, and he shows the video of going up to the container and showing that there's no markings on how that actually got there. So it had to be transported through the air and put down there, yet nobody knows how it got there. Okay. So he goes up to the container and obviously wants to open it up and see what's inside it. So he opens it up. Strangely enough, there's a bunch of buckets full of some sort of chemical. It looks like there's no lids on them, just filled to the brim of some chemical. And then behind those is some more meat. So now this is getting a little eerie at this point. So let's go ahead and steer clear of these shipping containers, okay? All right.
Steady. Wait. It's looking at us. It's holding a stick? No, a spear. Easy, little one. We're not going to float. It's gone. Little one, we're not going to float. It's gone.
2 days ago, Nick Cannon posted this. Ride the crust. Whole pizza suit on. Surfboard and a slice of pizza. Eating a slice of pizza with pizza rings and pizza necklace. And as you can see, people like it, laughing at it, and hearting it. Boy, you done lost your damn mind. What happened to that Dr. Sebi documentary you were supposed to drop, huh? Nothing, because you ain't dropped the for damn sure making an AI pizza after the Epstein files. Make that make sense, Nick Cannon.
These Super Bowl ads were really weird. The Ritz Cracker ad was about a party on an island, and these two dudes were salty that they weren't invited until Scarlett Johansson invited them. Then they weren't mad anymore and joined the party. It seems like they're saying that we're just salty we weren't invited to the parties too. In the Nerds commercial, they got a dude who looked just like Jeffrey Epstein eating candy with children running around in his background. In the Pringles commercial, Sabrina Carpenter had a boyfriend who was made out of Pringles. Suddenly he dies and then everyone just starts eating him. This shocks Sabrina Carpenter until she gets a bite for herself. Then she made a face like, oh, it's really not that bad. They trying to tell us don't knock it until you try it, bro. Eat people, gang. In the Alexa commercial, Chris Hemsworth was telling his wife how he was scared about the AI, and she was just telling him that he was crazy. And then the AI suggested to give him a back massage, and then everything was good. Like, that was it. It's like they're telling us we're doing too much about the AI. Now comment down below, am I thinking too deep into this, or are they doing this on purpose, gang?
Watch your step! Hold the rail! What the hell is that? It's right next to the size of the fin! It's scraping the hull. Jesus Christ, listen to that! It's pushing the ship! Hang on, hang on! Get back! Look up!
That's a megalodon, bro. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only, man. My name French Dose. And we just here trying to get to the truth, bro. And I see a megalodon with dinosaur fins. The AI detectives are gonna be mad at this one. Don't be mad at me, bro. I'm just exposing the videos. We gotta recap this, bro. Like, did you see the splash? I don't know what's going through the people's minds to watch this video, but everybody should be spooked seeing some shit like this, bro. It's getting spooky out here, bro. Stop playing with me. Leave it in the comments, hit the like button, and make sure you follow me here for more, bro. You AI detectives can be mad all you want, bro. But y'all, I need answers. Salute.
Grandma invented it.
Oh, you guys, they lied to us. Ghislaine Maxwell was never Epstein's girlfriend. And if she was, that was something in the past, but certainly not in the past decade, if not more. His girlfriend is named Karina Shuliak, and she is a dentist from Belarus. How does she come out in the picture? Why doesn't anyone know about her? And especially because she was the last person to have spoken to Jeffrey Epstein before his alleged taking his own life in prison. Okay, so the guards, nobody, they're supposed to be monitoring these calls, nobody knows. All right. We find out about her because in his will, she is named as the main beneficiary. She also gets the houses in Paris, the houses in New York, and the island. Now, the strange thing is, she is not known. No one knows about her. Have you ever heard about her before I came out and I told you guys about it? I hadn't learned about her until I saw her name in the Epstein files. So first of all, why don't we know about her? How did he meet her? Where is she now? Then allegedly, reportedly, days before his passing, he transferred to her $50 to $100 million. And although we have no guarantee that she got this money because his estate has been given payouts to all of the survivors, she has disappeared. No one knows who she is until they spotted what looked like Jeffrey Epstein's twin brother walking in Israel with 2 bodyguards. Lo and behold, a TikToker goes out to Epstein Island, and with drones, these kids start flying around. And guess who pops out of the house? Popping out of this house, someone that looks just like her. Same hair color, same hair length, same body type. But that's not all. With the drone, they fly around, and there's this guy with white hair that as soon as he sees the drone, and I've seen the video, looks like him, jumps into what looks like a golf cart. So now the question is this: why is someone that looks like Epstein running around Israel and Epstein's island with the alleged girlfriend or someone that looks just like her? And most of all, the next question I ask myself is, it's impossible that they didn't know about her. How could they not know if she was the last person to speak with him? Correct? Who was the lawyer that drew up this will? You don't think it's weird that they kept this all a secret from us? And they pretended that no one knows who she was, she didn't exist up until now? Well, she's very real. And Epstein had that dentist chair in his house. Remember that?
This guy just found dinosaur tissue that's actually not millions of years old. Let's go ahead and play it.
Inside that rock-looking structure are tissue, cells, and protein still there.
All right, so let's go back for a second, because if this horn or part of a dinosaur had been buried for millions and millions of years, you would not expect to still be able to see tissue. But are you saying that's what we're finding?
That is absolutely what we're finding. In fact, in a Nature communication paper in 2015, they referred to it as common. See the fibrous material there? That's part of the composition of the bone matrix itself. But what's really of interest is see the white material here on the surface swaying back and forth? That's actual dinosaur tissue on the surface. See, this is not a solid fossil. This has got tissue characteristic to it. See, notice how it flexes back. And that's, of course, very interesting, how you pull on it, flexes back, pull on it, flexes back. That's characteristic of tissue. That's what tissue would do. Now, Mark then was able to extract some very thin layers of elastic material away from the inner core of the horn. But he didn't have to decalcify the horn in order to do this. You can
Staying at the Marriott in California, and I left this morning at probably about 7 a.m.
Okay.
And just got back a minute ago. And the first thing I noticed was that my TV was on. Don't mind some of the mess in the background. And I'm like, that's weird. I didn't leave the TV on when I left this morning. And then I look a little closer. And this is what it says on the home screen.
What?
Instant chills. Looked around to make
Get
sure
out of there.
I broke into my room.
Are you kidding me? How did that happen? Because usually only people at the front desk could do something like that, right? When you check in. So why would that guy's name be on that screen if that lady checked in and that was her room? What is going on here, guys? Something's going on in California at that Marriott. Stop playing with me, son. This video's for entertainment purpose only. I don't know what the hell is going on out there, but I know that you better get another room now. Shut up. Just imagine that, guys. Imagine if you book a room, right? And it's all good, and you leave for the day, and you come back, right? And it says, welcome. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game, right, guys? You know what it is. Shut up. But I tell you one thing. If I ever go to a hotel, and I come back to my room, and it says welcome, and that name is on my TV screen.
How much?
We're not for sale. What are you talking about? I'm working a long job.
How much? I have money. How much? Just how much? Just how much? I'll pay.
I'll do it for $50.
Bro knew the assignment.
Burger King, count your days. Cause who gave my grandma a fake burger? What is this? How we supposed? Grandma, who gave you a fake burger?
Right now, of course, Savannah and her family are in unspeakable, unfathomable pain. We know in the U.S. that her extended family is legion. Savannah, my friend, it's the same way here.
Did y'all see that? That was weird, right? Why'd she say that word?
Oh, because we are many. I mean, it's the Elohim. It's the same thing. That's why we find it so funny. We are legion. You get all scared. Let us create the heavens and the earth, and you rejoice. It's the same basic thing. So it's funny that one leads to fear, and the other to praise.
I guess the DOJ on their cover-up, or the FBI, I guess they forgot about his fucking tattoo, right? Hello?
Movie Transformers was a documentary, not a fictional action movie. Once again, it was a fucking documentary. And it took place in Mexico, and it was so bad that it reshaped the North American continent as we know it, which created the Gulf of Mexico, which this said broken god being that they refer to as McCain is said to be buried, which is the reason why there is spontaneous fires that happen quite often at the Gulf of Mexico, because its devoted followers are still trying to revive their deity. Yeah, and this deity is said to be able to extend its gift to its most devoted followers if they're able to make the transition, that is, and he can actually turn them into mechanical beings as well with this ancient Anunnaki Sumerian technology. You don't believe me? Let's cut to a clip of this said SCP named McCain, the Broken God.
McCain, known as the Broken God in the SCP Foundation lore, is a colossal and enigmatic deity, revered for its mechanical and fragmented form. This entity is a complex assembly of gears, pistons, metal limbs, and intricate machinery, varying in size and design, evoking a sense of ancient advanced technology.
And you wonder why nobody remembers or talks about said event, because there was a mass hysteria handed out so that way everybody's memory could be erased. And then they just rewrote the map and changed it from Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. And then put the proof of it right in front of your face, which is the reason why it seems so nostalgic and why it resonates and why it was so popular for so many. Another clip where they put it right in your face in the Men in Black.
The twins, Renee and Bob. This map shows the location of every registered alien on Earth at any given time. Some of them are in constant surveillance. Every one of those screens is an alien. In public, they're as normal as you are, but private, well...
May I have your attention, please? The city of New York would like to thank you for participating in our drill. Had this been an actual emergency, y'all would have been eaten.
Wipe your memory, halfway cover it up, and tell you whatever story they want to. Yeah?
They just sent robots inside of the Great Pyramid where no human has ever been before, and they found a sealed door that has not been opened in 4,500 years. Dude, they're about to open it and reveal what's inside of it this year. So Zahi Hawass, which is arguably the most famous archaeologist alive, just went on record and said, "We will reveal to the world what lies behind that door." He actually just called this a discovery that will, quote, write a new chapter in the history of the pharaohs. Okay. And here's what most people don't know about this so far. They've already sent robots into parts of the corridor where no humans have ever been. They were able to use thermal imaging, 3D mapping, and muon radiography, which is basically cosmic rays to see through solid stone from space. He also just went ahead and said that he's about to fulfill 2 lifelong goals. The first one is discovering a brand new tomb of the man who designed the very first Egyptian pyramid ever built, and then the tomb of Queen Nefertiti. Okay. Scientists have also now confirmed that they also found 2 hidden voids behind the eastern wall of the smallest Giza pyramid that might be a secret entrance that's been sealed for 5,000 years. Go ahead and add me right now, because the moment they crack that door open, you're about to hear about it here.
I just want to say it's insane that a Republican sitting member of Congress tweeted this out 4 hours ago, because he is one of the leading voices to get all of these Epstein files released, unredacted, etc. The fact he actually said that, wow.
Brace yourselves because this is about to get crazy. Florida tested 8 breads for glyphosate and found the herbicide in 6 of them. Expected culprits were conventionally farmed grains like Nature's Own, Sara Lee, Wonder Bread, but even more shocking, look at those 2 in the middle. That's Dave's Killer Bread, which is a premium organic line. Glyphosate is used on wheat before harvest, a practice that speeds up processing but leaves residues in finished products and clearly contaminates some other supplies. Big Grain argues that these levels are still far below EPA threshold. This is the same EPA which critics argue has consistently failed to account for long-term chronic exposure health risks of glyphosate. And just this year approved a single fluorinated compound, which is a forever chemical like pesticide. Best we can do to mitigate the impact on us as consumers is to buy local, organic, artisanal baked goods. But a lot of this falls out of our control systemically, as glyphosate seems to be in every corner of the food supply.
He probably had a bottle of vodka to keep him warm.
Okay, this is the case of Old Man Eric. He said everywhere he went for work, there were freakish things he was never told about in school, and he was an old money type who was college educated. He was the one who told me about the spider nests in Congo and Zaire, and then exactly described Menzoberranzan from D&D years before any of the books were written. He lived alone since his wife passed, and had his house covered in cultural things from Africa and Asia, like masks and weapons. The Ifriti and various tribal masks were terrifying looking from the wall scrolls and sculptures. He described several kinds of spiders and insects. He despised insects. You got bit, you passed away. One was called the 9-ball. The abdomen end was round and had the exact same shade of yellow as a 9-ball, just striped, 4 feet long, and dripped stuff that stank like 90-weight gear oil. The lavender ladies, lavender and mottled gray, they could blend into rocks, and if you weren't paying attention, you would miss seeing them move. They'd bite you, your body parts rotted off. He said that when he poked one with his stick he carried for poking snakes, it stuck to the needle-like hairs. The ones the size of apples that were brown and yellow, a spider that looked like limp vegetables or lichen, the citrus fruit-smelling ones that would hide in rocks and make a smell to attract larger animals. Then those animals would get promptly wrapped up and eaten. There were poison and venomous worms, cockroaches the size of small dogs, and water skimmers a foot long. He told me of an instance where he and his men were trapped in a cave with a group of large spiders that were almost as big as they were. He had things he called vile birds that had intelligence and evil, malicious eyes. They hunted in groups. That had to be during the late 60s. It looked ridiculous, like something you'd see from a yokai painting with big googly eyes. He said they were inedible. I have no idea if the insects were the same as Vietnam. I'm in my 40s and grew up hearing Old Man Eric complain and moan about Africa and Asia. I've seen quite a few slides that he took, and half of it looks like something out of a nightmare, and the other half almost comical. He said that it's the same anywhere that humans haven't lived or have abandoned for generations.
This is a video showing another angle of Satya Sai Baba materializing a diamond. The miracle occurred in 1994, while Satya Sai Baba was with a group of devotees in the forests of Kodaikanal in Tamil Nadu, India. Satya Sai Baba explained that a diamond was made up of thousands of pieces. By looking at the size of the diamond in his hand, we can make an educated estimate that the diamond is approximately 500 carats. Similar jewels can only be found in the crown jewels. This miracle wasn't a random manifestation, as one of the devotees, who was also a scientist, had just finished giving a speech about enlightenment and purity of the heart, making reference to Satya Sai Baba previously telling him that the heart of man should become the abode of God. The scientist then mentioned that carbon was one of the most important elements in nature, and explained that there is so much beauty that God has put into the mystery that is a diamond. This is when Satya Sai Baba blessed us with the miracle of the 500-carat diamond, showing us that God can manifest anything he desires out of divine will.
That's not a TSA agent. That's the meat inspector.
Cenomix. Okay? Cenomix is a transnational company that creates flavor enhancement for products for transnational companies like Pepsi, Kraft, Nestle, Campbell's. And what they've been doing is that they grabbed kidney cells from human aborted fetuses. So they grab these kidney cell lines, las células sanguíneas de los riñones de bebés abortados, and in laboratory they replicate these cells and they put them in all your products. Lo ponen en los productos. What products are we talking about? Well, we're talking about your Gatorade. Drink some aborted babies. Yes, seriously. We're talking about Lay's chips. Yeah, that's why they taste so good, don't they? Pepsi products, all right? Tropicana juices, Dasani water, Minute Maid. We have to not consume anything from these companies. And tell them that we're not going to participate in their insane ritual.
Further details on Cenomix and its new sweet enhancing ingredients. And Chris, were you able to find out how the sweet mix additive actually works?
So Cenomix wouldn't actually talk to me for this story, but from what I've found from other scientists I talked to is that it basically, the ingredient interacts with the taste receptors on the tongue. And what it essentially does is it tricks the brain into thinking that there's actually more sugar than the amount of sugar that's actually in the food.
So since this would lower the calorie consumption of soft drinks, making them taste sweeter with less sugar in them, why are some scientists concerned about the health impact?
So the main concern is obviously you would want to have any new ingredient kind of vetted really well before it goes into food. And the main concern is that the FDA actually didn't review this for safety. And it doesn't have to be, because there's a loophole in a 57-year-old law, which basically allows companies to have their ingredients reviewed by an industry trade group. And in this case, what happens is a company like Cenomix and other flavor companies will go to the trade group that represents the flavor industry. It's called the Flavor and Extract Manufacturers Association. And they have a panel of experts that review the safety of these ingredients. But critics of this loophole basically say that companies like Cenomix are exploiting it and that the FDA should be reviewing these.
And what did that group find?
So there's a consumer group called the Center for Science in the Public Interest, based in Washington, D.C. And what they did is they took a look to see if at 4 sweetness enhancing ingredients from Cenomix, including this latest one, and they wanted to see what studies were done. And what they found is that some studies that are recommended by the FDA weren't completed. And they think that these studies should be done. One study for sweet mix actually was a reproduction study to see how it affects reproduction. And they say that these ingredients should be vetted a lot more and that the federal government should be doing it.
Sure, so what is Cenomix and Pepsi saying about these concerns?
So Cenomix, Pepsi, and the trade group all declined interview requests, but they said in written statements that that these were properly reviewed and that they're safe, and that the industry also says for a lot of these that these are used in very small amounts and the risk is very little.
Now, will this new ingredient actually be labeled like aspartame or any other artificial sweetener?
So no, actually it's going to be artificial flavors. So it's not going to be listed like aspartame and other ingredients are actually individually on the food label.
So it'll just be lumped in. You'll see on the ingredients.
It'll just say artificial flavors and it'll be under there.
When is Pepsi going to start selling this enhanced drink with this enhanced additive?
Sure, so it's coming to store shelves this fall. It's going to be in 2 products to start. It's going to be in mug root beer in 2 test markets in Denver and Philadelphia, and then another drink called Manzanita Soul, which is, they're going to put that in all the Manzanita Souls all across the country. It's mainly sold in the Southwest.
And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.